Welcome back. Police Commissioner Gary Baki says Morobe Province will become the first maritime province to establish the Surveillance Centre for Police in the country. The centre will be responsible for sea surveillance along the borders of Morobe and Northern Province. Commissioner Baki revealed this when responding to questions raised by the media regarding an increase in sea piracy in the area. Sheila Malkin reports.
The police force has lacked capability in water policing due to lack of attention over the years, and it is now looking at building its capacity internally. With the increase of sea and water piracy crimes, patrol post in Morobe Province will become the first maritime surveillance center for police.
Anything that's outside our 200-mile fishing zone is a defense force responsibility. So it's a capability we'll be rebuilding not only for the APEC, but because of the increase in the piracy exercises around, crime around the country. So far, I think the Northern Command has taken a step forward because they have a boat that's been donated to them, and I made a commitment that I will move one of the police boats in Madang to Leh to support that initiative, and we have done that. So we need to build.
Commissioner Baki hopes to undertake this and is expected to visit the place next month.
Minister and I visited recently, went for an overseas trip to have a look at the capabilities that is being used by the Korean police as well too. So that's something that we will advise the government on considerations, and the idea is to have police fleet up to an extent that they can respond.
Sheila Malkin, NBC National News, Port Moresby.
Several New Guinea flights have been cancelled again today, leaving many frustrated customers taking to social media, Facebook, raising concerns on the delay. Flights in and out of Port Moresby have been disrupted since Tuesday and for some provinces since Sunday. New Guinea management has stated it was due to technical crew issues. However, reliable sources say pilots and the airline crew are on stop work. Meanwhile, New Guinea pilots were in a meeting this afternoon discussing the matter. The Papua New Guinea Defence Force is continuing to revive sections of the force which have remained dormant after the Bougainville crisis. The force suffered a further blow after the downsizing exercise in the early 2000s, and it is yet to recover from that. One of the companies is the 1st Battalion Royal Pacific Islands Regiment Support Company. A week-long exercise at the Goldie River Barracks saw the military fire mortars, the first in a long time. Bradley Gregory with this report.
A brief to the men before the all-important exercise. These are soldiers, members of the support company of the 1st Battalion Royal Pacific Islands Regiment. They are in the bush, far from their comforts of the Taurama Barracks. The feel of real engagement has been left alone for at least 10 years. Arms left aside since the civil war on Bougainville.
We zeroed our weapons. The company hasn't zeroed their weapons for the last 10 years plus, so we decided to come up and zero our weapons. At the same time, use some of our specialist equipment that hasn't been used for quite a while.
On the range, the mortars are set. These, along with other valuable military equipment and ammunitions, were last used in 2010, not to the extent as it was back during the crisis. This told by one of the last remaining veterans who feels his kind, those who had been using mortars are short of men.
Field Blomi made by a total of 32 members. So that is OC, Motor Platoon, Platoon Commander Blomi, plus me yet na go down, go in up last private. But now yet me no got manpower.
On the shooting range, men fire onto the targets. They have been doing this for a week now. It's in the night the mortar's real flare is seen. Fired into the sky, its helium a light for the sharpshooters. The light to the kill. The support company of the 1st Battalion Pacific Islands Regiment is an important part of the PNG military. The military is an important part of the country's defense, and it can only get better with the soldiers' engagement in more exercises. But issues like the acute shortage of arms must be addressed urgently. Bradley Gregory, NBC National News, Port Moresby.
The Morobe Provincial Government will repatriate UPNG Morobe students home. Morobe Governor Kelly Naru today visited the students and assured them of their repatriation home. Kevin Dayonga reports.
Following the decision made by the University Senate to suspend the academic year, students attending the University of Papua New Guinea have been displaced. For Momase students, including Morobe, they are currently seeking refuge at the Jubilee Institute of Higher Learning. Upon hearing the plight of the students, Morobe Provincial Government has come on board to assist the students. A total of 56 Morobe students living at the institute have been assured by the leader that they will be heading home.
And I want to announce to you today that as I speak, the first lot of tickets for Morobe students are being printed now. And we were hoping that the first lot of students could go now, but it looks like we won't meet the timing. So it might be through the weekend or next week.
Within the next few days, Governor Naru says he would like to see all Morobe students to be sent home to their parents.
That is the immediate focus of our mission here now. People like Toksawet, also we have to repatriate all of you back.
While addressing the stranded students, the governor says we cannot keep talking about the past and dwelling on it, but managing the problems we have.
Now we can't turn the clock back. University of close finish. Work below people now. Long come bring him some ability. Long find him road long. Can you play go back? Now you may try and look long address him situation below now. Now go next year.
Among the Morobe students, East and West Sepik students are also seeking refuge at the institute. He assured the students that he will speak to their respective governors to respond immediately to their call. His provincial team gave 3,000 kina worth of food rations for the students with a 10,000 kina cash donation. Kevin Dayonga, NBC National News, Port Moresby.
The 14th World Youth Day is set to take place at the end of this month in Poland. But for the majority of youth in the country, making the trip will not be possible due to various reasons. Regardless, youth from the Port Moresby Catholic Archdiocese have organized their own 3-day Mini World Youth Day program. The program officially started yesterday afternoon with a Mass at the St. John the Apostle Church in Tokarara. Gregory Avira reports.
Dressed in colorful attire, the youths from parishes in Port Moresby assemble for the start of the Mini World Youth Day. While they may not be able to join fellow youths in Poland, the 3-day event comes as a good alternative. Led by their respective parish youth coordinators, the young participants enter the venue. The 3-day event is being hosted by the St. John the Apostle Parish. Youths from 12 out of the total 19 parishes in the Port Moresby Archdiocese are attending this event. A Eucharistic celebration was held to officially commit the activities of this weekend.
It's an event where we celebrate the World Youth Day, but in the diocese level. So for youths that are able to make it to Poland this year for the World Youth Day 2016, we celebrate it in our country and the diocese level.
The program for the Mini World Youth Day is similar to that of the global gathering.
The program that we set out is just like the one that is done for the World Youth Day. So we incorporated with our theme for this year, and during these programs, the youths will go through catechesis, some church teachings, and they have cultural show.
With the gathering underway, the youths are looking forward to the planned activities and practicing their faith with their fellow Christians.
Loha porque all burki mi plan I'm going inside all programs. I'm plan koloem. So I'm tomorrow na go Saturday Sunday program from plan.
Socialize with other Catholic youths in Port Moresby, and also it's good for us to know our Catholic faith.
Gregory Avira, NBC National News, Port Moresby.
Stay with us on NBC National News.